Eating peanut butter and jelly that tastes this good? Now that should be illegal. It's a bit nutty. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make peanut butter and jelly hot wings. So just sit right back, grab a drink or two, and let's get into it. And while we're here, subscribe, comment, like, share, blah, 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 blah. Peanut butter and jelly fused with hot wings. Now we're talking. Heads up, toilet paper in the freezer time. Wings are needed for this recipe, so I dropped in to see Mick out at Gippsland Premium Meats, and he gave me these. Around 1.7 kilos is good for this recipe. As you can see today, we're using separated wings. Now, if you want, you can use whole wings if you don't trust us and you want to ruin the entire recipe. We want to dry these wings out to help them crisp up while cooking. So, using some paper towel, we're going to rub them down vigorously until they say stop. What was that smut sneaking in? And then we're just going to transfer these to a wire rack that's resting on a baking tray. And now we just need to give these wings a dry brine with some salt. Sergeant Seasoning on board for action. Enemy acquired, preparing to salt. And once the wings are all salted, we can place these in the fridge overnight. The salt will extract moisture from the chicken. This will dissolve the salt and it will be drawn into the meat and it's going to season it. But it's also going to dry out our chicken skin. But it's going to leave that meat nice and moist. That was smut. We need a jelly injection for these wings. Actually, a syrup would be easier to inject. Into a pot, you'll need to add 1 cup of strawberry jam and 2 teaspoons of sriracha sauce. And we'll start off with 3 tablespoons of red grape juice. And we're going to pop this over a low heat and we're going to stir it. We just want to heat the jam up. And you'll start to see the jam become less thick and turn into more of a syrup consistency. Now you may need to add just a little bit more juice to get that consistency of syrup. All jams are different. Just add about a tablespoon at a time. And once you're happy with your syrup consistency, you can take it off the heat and allow it to cool. Once it has cooled, grab your injecting tool of choice and get the dry brined wings out of the fridge. And you can see how the skin's appearance has changed from dry brining and it's all dry. Now grab a wing, ramming your probe in as hard as you can and filling up every little crevice. I think that was smart. I'm not sure anymore. Then once all the wings are full of syrup, pop them back in the fridge. If you make a bigger batch of this syrup, it goes really well on pancakes, waffles and ice cream. Today I'm using a 57 centimeter Weber kettle and I'm pairing it up with a kettle cone. Why? Because I want to be cooking at temps of 240 degrees Celsius and above today. And how I'll do that is by 3/4 filling a chimney starter up with briquettes. I'll light them up. And once they're fully alight, I'll grab my kettle cone, I'll place it in the middle of the charcoal grate and I'll dump my fuel into it. I'll carefully place the grill back in. I'll pop the lid back on, opening all the vents, and I'm going to give the grill 10 minutes to warm up. You could put some smoking wood on the lit fuel if you wanted to bring in a nice smoky element to these wings. The grill is warmed up and the wings are eager to get in there. Now we just want to place the wings on the outer part of this cooking grill because that's where the high intense heat from that kettle cone is being forced. Pop the lid back on and prepare for some awesome food in under an hour. High indirect heat is the key here. Now you can use any cooking implement to achieve this, whether it be your hooded barbecue or your oven. As long as it can reach 240 degrees Celsius, you'll make them. If you didn't know, the Weber lid vent creates a hot spot. As the cold air is sucked in through the bowl vents up and around our food, it is then forced out through this lid vent. So to ensure an even cook, I recommend turning the lid 1/3 of the way every 15 minutes. Hey Weber, I see you watching me, watching you, watching me, watching you, watching me. All this time, you've probably been wondering, where is the peanut butter? Here it is. This is peanut. Eating peanut butter. Yum yum. Oh, look at that face. I mean, let's make a satay sauce with some kick in it. In a pan over a low heat, add about a tablespoon of avocado oil, then add 4 garlic cloves that have been crushed, a teaspoon of minced ginger, a tablespoon of lemongrass paste, and a teaspoon of chilli flakes. We're just going to fry this all up for about 30 seconds to a minute, just until it becomes nice and aromatic. Now add a teaspoon of cumin and just stir that in. Now throw in 4 tablespoons of smooth peanut butter, a tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of coconut cream, and 100 ml of chicken stock. Simmer just long enough to make a slightly thickened sauce, and then remove it from the heat. This sauce can be made up to 3 days ahead of time and chilled. If your life is so busy you don't have a spare 15 minutes, today I'm using a high indirect heat to cook with, and all up these wings are going to take 45 minutes to be fully cooked. Or for those of you who love to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 2-beer cook. Cheers! And as I always say, once the chicken is reading 74 degrees Celsius internally, we can class this as no-depth chicken. The wings are ready, so we can get these little bunghole bandits of tomorrow off the heat. I think that was smart, but I really can't tell anymore. Oh look, beer. Woohoo, jamalicious, crispy skin and perfectly cooked. Just pop them into a bowl. And now we're just gonna pour over that peanut sauce that we made, and we're just going to mix it through to make sure all the wings get covered, and then we can add them to a serving dish to be all fancy like, and sprinkle with some chopped up peanuts for some added crunch. This is fusion food at its finest by combining hot wings with peanut butter and jelly.